Hey, sis, your spending plan should support your life, not make you feel like you're failing at it. So, if every time you try to get your finances together, you end up feeling behind, restricted, or disappointed in yourself, I want you to hear this. A good spending plan doesn't punish you, it empowers you. I'm Ebony Burns, certified financial educator and money coach, and I help women rebuild their financial life after divorce. And in this video, I'm walking you through how to create a spending plan that works with your real life, not against it. This is the practical next step after everything we've talked about in this series. Things like releasing shame, forgiving yourself, and letting go of systems that weren't built for this season of your life. Now, up until this point, we talked about how shame keeps you stuck, why forgiveness restores trust in yourself, why traditional budgets fail women after divorce. And so now the question becomes, if I'm not broken and restriction doesn't work, what do I actually do? So this is where a spending plan comes in. A spending plan is not a stricter budget with a nicer name. It's a shift in how you actually relate to your money. A spending plan focuses on a few things: knowing where your money is going without micromanaging every dollar, spending on purpose instead of reacting to circumstances, adjusting as life changes instead of starting over every single month. Budgets can feel like they're designed to catch you doing something wrong, while spending plans focus on aligning your money with the life you're actually living. So moving forward, I want you to start with your values, not just numbers. Here's where most people get stuck. They start with spreadsheets, categories, and percentages, when what they really need to start with is context. Before you look at your numbers, I want you to ask yourself, what matters most in this season of my life? What do I need in order to feel stable and grounded right now? What deserves protection in my life? Is it my housing, my peace, my health, my kids, my time? Those are the things that you're going to focus on, because your spending plan should reflect your season of life, not a version of you from 5 years ago or a version of life that you're supposed to be living. Once you have clarity on what your priorities are, then you're going to build structure. I teach my clients to think in three main buckets because simplicity creates consistency. First, your fixed expenses. So these are going to be your non-negotiables like housing, utilities, insurance, transportation, minimum debt payments. This bucket is based on stability. It's focused on keeping you safe, right? Next is your flexible spending. And this is where the real stuff happens. This is your groceries, gas, housing items, your kids' expenses, and variable costs that change month to month. This is the bucket that gives you room to breathe. That final bucket is spending for joy. Now, this is the one that most of my clients have the most guilt about, and the one that matters so much more than you think. And that includes things like dining out, small treats, rest, experiences, things that make life feel livable, because joy deserves a line item on your spending plans. When you plan for joy intentionally, you reduce your emotional spending and your guilt you're going to feel later. I know that this bucket deviates from what traditional budget gurus tell you, but when my clients add this category to their spending plan, they are better able to stick to their plans because they have something to look forward to. Here's what nobody tells you about budgeting and creating spending plans. You will miss some months. You are going to have unexpected expenses and they are going to throw you, and your plan will need to be adjusted. But that doesn't mean that you failed. Consistency isn't built through punishment. It's built through compassion and follow through. So having a supportive spending plan allows you to check in, adjust, and keep going instead of quitting every month or every time life gets hard. Because you don't need a perfect plan. You just need a supportive one. Now, before you move on to that next video or the next thing on your to-do list, I want you to pause for a second. Over the last few videos, we've talked about some heavy but important things. We talked about shame. We talked about survival mode. We talked about forgiveness. And we talked about building a system that actually supports your real life. If you get nothing else from this video series, I hope that you walk away with this one truth. You're not broken. You're responding to a season that asked a lot of you. Rebuilding isn't about rushing or fixing yourself. It's about giving yourself the support that you didn't have. And if you're at a place where you're ready to move from reflection into gentle action, where you want guidance, structure, and clarity without pressure, that's what Confidently Solo is here for. Not as a demand or a deadline or a must do, but as a steady place to land when you're ready to move forward. So, no matter what your next step is, I'm proud of you, sis. I'm proud of you for staying in the conversation because that alone is progress. So take what you need from this series, move at your own pace, and trust that rebuilding with intention is already a powerful beginning. See you in the next video.